Hi everyone, this is Deborah. Welcome back. Today I'm doing some more on my caravan quilt or caravan doily wall hanging perhaps. I'm not sure whether I'm turning this into a quilt or not because it is going to be quite decorative, but I want to catch you up with what I've done so far. Now I'm pretty sure that it's advanced a fair bit since I last saw you. I got on with it. So I've used the shapes. So these shapes, I just wanted to show you. I've put them all on a ring. I was looking up on YouTube and that on how to store these, and apparently the ring is what people do. So I've punched a hole with my crocodile and threaded them all onto this ring. So these are the hometown shapes, Laurie Holt. And to get one out, the ring has a break in it, so I can just turn it to wherever I want to get one out, and then I'll be able to thread it back on. So that's what I was using and playing with. And the other thing that I've used is heat and bond, which is basically a double-sided sticky thing. I'll be doing some of that today, so I'll show you. I did the door. I changed the door out for a different door, and I didn't use the turn method, so it is a raw edge. So I've just done a stitch around the edging, and I've also put a window in the door and even a little door handle and a little thing down here to get out, so you've got a mat to step on when you hop out. I've added the jockey wheel. I may add a button in there, and I've added the caravan wheel, and I may end up going around this with some black to make it pop a little bit. And then I've put a pot of flowers down here. It doesn't have to be structurally correct in terms of, perspective and things like that. So I'm just doing what I like to do. And I've started another one, so I'll show you that too. So here is my second block. So the blocks are about, I think I've cut them 20 by 20. I did think I did the first one 21, and then I changed it and I cut it down a little bit to 20 by 20. So it's a good sized block. And with this one, this is going to be the campground. So I'm going to do another one on here today. So here is a tent. I have to tell you in case you don't think it looks like a tent, and it's fine if it doesn't. It's got a little flag on top, and I put a little bow on there to tie the flag on. And I've put the guy ropes as well. That is just some string, some really thin string, and I've zigzagged that on to get that effect. I think it looks quite cool. And then I decided, well, I put the trees so I could do a washing line between the two trees. I'm not convinced on this yet. I think I may just change this to a row of black stitching, but I've hung a little dress and some towels on there if you like, or whatever you think they might be, and I will put another thing on here. And then here, because this is kind of like the tent area of the campground, I'm going to do another tent. I'm going to do it with this fabric here. So first of all, I want to work out what sort of size I would want for that. So I think it's going to be maybe 6 inches across and maybe, well, I don't really want it to be square. I kind of sort of thought, like this, that sort of shape. So if I do it 6 inches high and 5 inches across, that will probably get me the shape that I want. So let's just work that out. Let's pop this over here for now. And get this gorgeous paisley, just beautiful. Now this is just my fantasy campground. It doesn't have to be reality. I'm just doing what I'm enjoying doing. And I'm really, really liking this sort of applique method, or applique, as some people say. I know, I think depending where you're from, but here in Australia we say applique. So I'm going to cut it, and let me see, if I do that 5 and then cut it up like that. Yep, okay, so I'm going to do it, let me get the other side of the ruler with the measurements on it. I'm going to do it so it is if I do it 7 across, and then, no, I was only wanting to do 5 across, wasn't I? Oh, hang on, here. So I'm only wanting to do 5 across. So let's come across 1, 2, 3, 4. But I want it needs to be in the center so that I can go up to a peak. If I measure 5 from here, I'm not going to have, am I going to have the one? Oh yeah, I guess I would have what I want. Okay, so basically the width of the ruler's 5, which makes it kind of easy. So I will then measure up 7 from the bottom. Actually, I'll measure 8 because I've got a selvage there. I haven't cut the selvage off yet. And then we'll go across. Now, I have noticed that this method of doing things does use more fabric. It wastes more fabric. And I have some pieces here, I'll show you, where I cut the trees out. I've not thrown that away because I think I can get something out of that. So I'm keeping all my little bits for now until I can work out what else I can sort of add little things in around the place with them. At least that's the plan. It's not quite gone into the center, so I'll just chop that. Right, now I need a piece of the heat and bond, which is very crinkly, so apologies for the noise. And I will cut that selvage off first, I think. Oh, that was just a little bowl. I just knocked one of my little bowls that I have sitting on my bench. And then we'll put this on here, and I will cut that out. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this, but you know, I've never done it, so I'm just doing it the way I've worked it out. I did watch some videos on doing raw edge applique, and they were all so different the way that people did it that I think it just confused me more than helped me. Now I've just caught that as I did put my thing over the top but didn't have it in the right place. So now I'm going to draw the tent shape on the back of it. If I come across half, so that will be around about the 2.5 inch mark, and draw up. From the corner, I'm drawing up. So that will be the tent. We'll cut that out. I actually wanted to have another opening there, so I will also change that. So with the tent that I've done out of the doily, I haven't put an opening, a door, but with this one I want to. I've got it in my mind how I want it to work. I will keep those pieces in my scraps as well. And then I want to put that looks a little bit off there. I'm just going to recut that. It doesn't quite look straight to me. I'll draw it on the back this time. I'm just going to draw a door for an entry. I do want to be at the halfway point though. So how much is that? 3.3 1/4. So 3 1/4 would be 1 5/8. So the center is there. Put that up. And now I can cut the edges out. I've got 2 bits and I want to gather them here so it looks like the fabric from the tent door is sitting there on the side of the door. I may actually just pleat and iron them pleated, I think. But maybe that's the way to go. If I just do this sort of thing and then press that, when I sew it on, I will sew it on there and then I'll gather it like that. How does that look? I think that would be okay. I will still have to applique the edges down. Okay, that's going to be fine like that, I think. I'm hoping. Let's hope. This one's a bit long, but I'll pleat it all up and iron it, and then we'll see how we go. I think that one's even better than the first one I did. Okay, it's just, what I might do is go and sew these on so they don't move, at least the top part, and then I can trim that off. So I've sewn those on. The left one's better than the right one, but it'll have to do. And I'll trim off the bottom level with the tent. And then I want to put some brown beneath it so that it looks like ground. I'll have to go and find some brown. I think I'll actually put some more of this down. It'll look a bit like a rug then or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put that down. So when I go to sew it, I've got to pull the backing off yet, but I'll put this underneath it. I'll show you. Like that. So it looks like it's, you know, something inside the tent. At least that's the plan. And I also think to hide this, I should have probably gone to the top, but I didn't. I might put some stripes across this as well. I'll see if I can find, I've got some blue dots. I could just put a band like that across there, which would hide all that stuff at the top, wouldn't it? Maybe something that's a bit less obvious. Maybe some of this green may be the way to go. See what that looks like. It's much better. It's very crooked, but it's much better. Let me cut it with the ruler to make it straight. It's what I want though. And then I can tuck those ends under there. I'll tuck those ends under so I won't have the ends showing, the raw edge. Now, if you've got any tricks on how to get this stuff off here, please let me know, because I've been using my unpick. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I tucked that one under, but I'd pressed that before I realised, so I haven't done that one. I've just left that raw, but it'll get all encapsulated when I do the edging on it. What do you think? Is that looking all right? And this is the string that I used for the guy rope. So I'm guessing I'll probably use this again. Let's see how long I need it. This is just some old string, thin string that I bought on this little spool years ago, because I like the little spool and the colour of the string. And I haven't used it much, but now it's coming in handy. And there you have it. I've sewn it. I've done the applique stitching around it. I like this. And I may have to applique that little bit there too, so it doesn't fray. But I've also sewn on the guy ropes as well. And I will do more to this, just not today. Today, at the end, I'm just going to take you outside now, because I've got my Combo Coverlet and I've hung it on the line so you can have a look at it. So let's go and have a look at that now. Here's my combo coverlet. I've just hung it on the clothesline. You can see what I've done with the bottom part there. And that's the fabric that I got from Amsterdam, that one in the middle and the bottom and the side of it. I ended up just putting a big blue strip down the bottom because I didn't want to do any more piecing, frankly. I was a bit over it by then and I wanted to get it finished. I bound it in a scrappy binding and I really love how it turned out. So that's the full view of it. I'm super happy with it. It is really, really lovely. And here's a look at the back of it. So you can see the tablecloth up there on the top left and the pillowcases and the other things that I used. I'm really, really pleased with it. It's just such a lovely, different type of quilt. So I hope you enjoyed all that and I'll catch you next time. This is Deborah. Cheers.